my face black and green.
Paint my face black and green.
You won't see me, I'm a recon Marine.
You won't see me, I'm a recon Marine.
I slip and slither into the night.
Slip and slither into the night.
You won't see me.
So we had to remove all the bent belly armor, which has been an absolute disaster. We took a sledgehammer to it to try to get some of the bends out. Unfortunately, you can see it's been pressing up against the crossover pipe. You can see it's sticking down lower than the tranny cross member, which is why I run the spacer under it. I tried to take some bends out of it. So now that's the fill plug up top of the transfer case. And then of course this is the drain plug. And the vehicle has 34,000 miles. The manual calls for it being checked or changed at 30,000. I had massive RPM on this transfer case on my last run for 5 hours. So I'm at 34,000, so I thought let's change it. ATF plus 4 goes in here. I got the Mopar ATF plus 4, and it takes about 2 quarts, and I got a hand pump to put it in. So for now, we're draining this baby. And there we go. She looks nice and red, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's really encouraging because that's what I want to see. I'm going to clean these drain plugs, and I'm even going to put a little bit of Teflon around them. So we'll let that drain. But you can see, if we're getting some good light there, that it is nice and red, so that's encouraging. And there's no chunks. There's magnets. See, there's a little magnet on the drain plug right there, completely clear, so that's just outstanding. But hey, I mean, for the cost of some ATF plus 4, it's an easy job. It would be super easy if I had the stock skid plate on. Scott and I busted our ass from moving the 1/4-inch steel because it's just so freaking mangled and bent. We had to grind off some bolts. Gonna have some work ahead of us. But this is great. We're getting this drained. Thank you.
You're on.
And that needs to go right in there like that. Okay.
Yep.
And then we'll set up the pump again. I got the drain, I got the fill plug right here behind me to put in right away. Again, I think this would be a lot easier freaking outside, better lighting and so forth, but pump's working well. So Teflon on both, snug, nothing crazy, don't want to strip anything. The magnets were clean, the fluid actually looked beautiful, but now it has brand new ATF plus 4 in the transfer case with 34,400 miles. So good job, not too difficult. You definitely need that hand pump though, and it definitely takes all of the 2 quarts, and then just subtly, it just started oozing out right there, so I knew I had it. Okay, that's it. Okay, so massive work here. Because of the severity of the bends of this belly armor, Scott and I have been sledgehammering the shit out of it outside to try to get it to all fit back together. We changed the transfer case fluid, piece of cake. Now the trick is to get this belly armor back together. And, you know, back together better where it's not pressed up against the crossover pipe, which it clearly was. Bent that kind of back into shape with a sledgehammer. Massive work outside, just pounding the shit out of it with a sledgehammer. So that's where we are. All right, with some great help from Scott, the belly armor is put back together. You can see it's been straightened somewhat. It was no small task. You might remember these button bolts. These were completely annihilated, so I just ground them down and then put a couple new ones in there. All the rock dome washers are in place now. And one thing I'll say, and here's a good look, because you can see there's a good look right there of the crossover pipe. So I took a chance. I opted to not put the 1/4-inch spacer that's normally in here. So for whatever reason, my crossover pipe slopes on a slight angle. I've done other lifts and relocated this backwards towards the cross member, and they were perfectly level. Mine tends to slope. So it gets very, very close on this side to the actual armor. And it's probably even resting on it now. So I removed the spacer. So I'm going to try it. Worst that can happen, well, before I had some vibration sounds. Obviously, the only real fix is to remove the exhaust spacers, bring the exhaust back forward to the original flanges, and of course, in order to do that, you need to change the front drive shaft to a smaller yet stronger drive shaft. So anyway, happily we didn't have to mess around with the gas tank armor. It was really just all the transfer case and the front belly armor. Very difficult to work with this. We have spent much time with a sledgehammer, much time. So tomorrow will be the front differential and the rear differential. The oil will get drained and changed. Today also the motor oil was changed. So it's a good day. Much more to do though.